Amazon Studios has renewed One Mississippi, the acclaimed dramedy featuring Tia Nagaro and co-created by Diablo Cody of Zero fame. This Amazon Studio presentation will return next year. There's no doubt television has become a more inclusionary medium for people of color. However, the progress has not been as inclusionary to this point for people unable to hear, see, talk, or move freely. Just like anyone else, this community wants to be represented on TV far more often and create programming about themselves and others far more often. There have been recent moments of breakthrough. The Peabody-winning Switched at Birth, which wrapped up its final season on Freeform next winter, and Speechless, one of this fall's breakout faves on ABC, or acclaimed supporting performances on series like Breaking Bad. But at the moment, though, these are moments, not a steady trend. You're about to meet someone determined to build a programming bridge. A bridge that lets people of color who are deaf or hard of hearing work steadily on television on either sides of the camera. Her name is Jade Bryan, a New York filmmaker who wants to make TV series. She showed up at the New York Television Festival last month with plenty to declare, and she will be at this table in a moment. But let's get to know her first through a slice of her art.
I'm really sorry about what happened.
And now live with us, the producer, writer, and director of what you just saw, The Shattered Mind, Jade Bryan. Jade, welcome to BK Live.
Thank you for having me here.
It is an honor and a pleasure, Jade. And across the table right next to me is Jade's interpreter, Maria Corporon. Maria, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Jade, what progress have you made to break into television?
You mean the new project or that project?
New project that you want to do.
New project. Well, right now I'm looking for an opportunity to get an agent or a manager that will help me break into the industry. And I mean, I'm doing whatever I can, you know, going to different film festivals, film seminars, showcases, and all that. And the goal is to try to see if anyone will be interested in my content. And right now I'm focusing on one content called the Innocent Project. And we wanted to expose deaf people of color on television because it has not been done yet, with exception for actors who play roles. I'm talking about a symbol, like, you know, a family, or, you know, where we were exposed more than just one actor. I want the world to see that deaf actors can tell stories. You know, we have experience to share. And so I wanted people to focus on two deaf women who are themselves superheroes with special sensory power. And that is what I want to focus on, that, because there are a lot of TV shows and movies about heroes, especially most of them are men. You know, not enough women who are disabled deaf.
There are various advocacy organizations that try to push the envelope and encourage more people of color, more women in color into television, whether it is the NAACP or La Raza or GLAAD in the case of the gay and lesbian community. Is there any organization that deals with the deaf and hard of hearing community that you can encourage them to support you and what you want to do?
To be honest with you, no. I mean, I've been in this industry for 25 years, and I've reached out to a lot of them, and I've burned some bridges. I mean, you can't do business in the deaf community. You can't depend on them. That's my opinion. I mean, it has to be someone from the outside. You know, the hearing community, the hearing industry, the film festival, you know. The movie that you just saw, The Shot of Mine, I submitted to 40 film festivals that were hearing-based. I haven't submitted to any deaf film festival because it's a smaller outreach, and I want to broaden the audience. So that's where my mind's set right now.
Well, we met at the New York Television Festival 2 weeks ago. You attended a panel from MTV that involved 3 scripted series dealing with women. Lucy Exact Nicole with Nicole Byer, who has been in my program earlier this year, a new show called Sweet Vicious, which I believe is this week on MTV, and also Mary Plus Jane, which is about the entrepreneurs that have cannabis. Most of them have women producers, executive producers, and they were on that panel. And you spoke up saying, hey, look at me, there are deaf and hard of hearing people like me who want to break into television. Have any of them respond? I know Nicole talked to you after the panel. Have any of them respond and say, look, maybe we can provide a door for you?
I did contact Nicole like 2 weeks ago. I mean, on that day when I met her, she gave me her contact information, and I wrote to her. And she responds that she'll do what she can. She's going to watch the movie. And of course, I follow up. You know, I said, hello, I'm here. You know, and so she told me to send her the live link, so she should watch the content. She said she has a DVD player that's working, so I sent her the link. But I'm not going to depend on that. You know, I also contact a couple of lawyers who represent writers, and they're going to try to see what they can do. You know, to reach out to those companies, production companies that focus specifically on superhero content, like Marvel's, Sony, DC. I did my research, I did my homework. Yes, anything's possible, you know, so it's see what happens. Because I really don't want to go through the crowdfunding process to make that one project, because it's really expensive.
Speaking of Marvel, Jade, I want to make sure we get this in because we're running short on time. Netflix has the Marvel series of shows like Daredevil, The Defenders, Jessica Jones, which won the Peabody Award this year. Right. They are all based here in Brooklyn. They produce here in Brooklyn. Have you reached out to them, to the producers of any of those shows, and say, hey, let's have a character here. I'd like to direct an episode. I'd like to write something?
Yes, I have. You ever heard of a website called IMDb Pro?
Yes.
Yes, all the industry people were listed on there. And I looked it up, and I found names of contacts. And I gave it to those lawyers to contact, because, you know, they're busy. They're lawyers. So I gave them the names, and hopefully they will reach out to those people. But as far as myself, I've contacted all the agents, the managers, and the lawyers, those production companies. Nothing hasn't been biting yet.
And one other thing, the Mayor's Office of Media and Entertainment has two projects. One is the Made in New York Writers Room, where they're trying to get writers of color involved with television production. Also, there's a Producing Women project, where they want to put two pilots produced by women, produced in New York, on the air. One of them will become a series on NYC Live Channel 25. Have you reached out to either of those ventures?
Yeah, I submit one of my contacts to them. Made in New York, the writers' room.
Yeah.
I submit that. Yeah, so I'm just waiting to hear and see what happens.
I hope they pick you up, by the way.
That they work with mentoring program.
Yeah.
So that's one step in the door.
And that's important to get that one step in the door.
Right.
Jade's work and background is available online at jadefilm.com and micahscoop.com. And I promise you, we are not going to drop the ball on this. We will follow Jade's progress to get a TV series going, both on BK Live and on Tomorrow We Televised. Jade Bryan, thank you so much for being here, and all the very best to you breaking in.
Thank you.
And Maria, thank you for all the interpretation. Thank you for what you do for the deaf and hard of hearing community. You got it. National Geographic Channel's most ambitious event of the year begins tonight. It's Mars, a hybrid unscripted scripted miniseries about colonizing the red planet. Executive producer Justin Wilkes has an exclusive preview later this afternoon on Tomorrow We Televised. We'll also check out The Traffickers, its Fusion's disturbing documentary on the worldwide growth of human trafficking with host journalist Nafire Hadayat. Wait to see what she has to say. And if you wonder around this time of year what goes into those department store windows from Macy's and the like, GSN gives a bunch of artists the opportunity to learn the direct way on Window Warriors. Premieres on Wednesday. Learn about this competition from executive producers Michael Levitt and Jill Galante. That's Tomorrow We Televised, 3 p.m. right here on Blog Talk Radio.